Have you ever asked yourself, why do I keep attracting the same people who hurt me, who drain me, and don't fill me up or replenish me? It's like no matter how much you grow, you pray, and you journal, you still continue to attract the same people over and over and over again. But first, I want to tell you that there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. It is not that you're unworthy or unlucky in any way, shape, or form. What is happening is that there's certain emotional patterns and unhealed habits that are quietly shaping you and having an immense impact of who you are attracting in your life. But here's the good news. Once you're able to identify this is the time where you get to break the cycle and start attracting peace and respect and alignment. So today we're going to actually uncover the real reasons why sometimes behind some connections you attract these people who are just not there for you. And my name is Coach AJ, Dope Life Coach, the dopest life coach out there. Welcome to the Dope Life Podcast. I want you to take a second and I want you to think about the people that you do attract in your life, the ones that you attract the most often. And more importantly, like, what do you have in common with those individuals? Keep that in mind as we dive a bit deeper in today's episode. Let's talk about something that's a bit deep, but hopefully not too deep for you. We don't attract what we want. We attract what we emotionally and energetically align with. We have to remember that everything is energy, and every bit of energy that we put out in the world, we get back sometimes tenfold. If your self-worth is rooted in just survival mode, you're or perhaps proving your value time and time again, you're going to attract people who might not fight for your love. If you've never experienced a sense of safe love in your life, chaos seems normal. Sometimes it goes all the way back to our childhood. Maybe you had to earn attention. Maybe your love came with some sort of condition to be perfect and quiet as needed. And as now as an adult, the same feels familiar. The same energy feels normal. So even though your mind is saying that you want peace, your emotion is drawing to chaos. It draws to what feels quote unquote healthy to you. But we obviously know that that is not healthy in any way, shape, or form. Now, I invite you to take out your journal because I have a couple journal prompts that could help you work through this. Do these people reflect my healed self or my hurt self? What am I trying to fix or prove through the people that I choose? Because when we start to see the pattern clearly, that is just one step towards breaking that pattern. And let's be honest, it's not just the people we meet, it's the habits that we can constantly cycle over and over again. We attract what we allow, and we allow based off how we see ourselves. And if you're overgiving and people pleasing, you're going to naturally attract takers. People that are constantly going to suck you dry and try to get as much as they can just out of you. But if you keep ignoring the red flags and focusing on someone's potential, you'll stay stuck in their pattern. And sometimes we'll accept breadcrumbs because deep down we're afraid to just be alone and sit in our own self. So a couple of ways that you can take care of yourself in those moments is pause. Pause before you pour into other people's cup. Before you invest emotionally, ask yourself, is there something else that I need for myself in this season, in this moment, in this point of time? Red flag. Let's talk about red flags for a moment. If you ever find yourself over explaining someone's behavior towards you, that is a sign in itself. And third, which is kind of reflecting back to the second one I just said of terms of red flags, try saying no without over explaining yourself. Because every time you say no, you're building self-trust. And that's how you rewrite the attraction. Because here's the truth. Your attractions will start to shift the moment your self-worth and standards do. You don't attract better until you start believing that you deserve better. It starts with self. And it's not about just waiting for the right person to come along. It's about becoming the right person to attract that person along the way. And it's not just one person. It could also be communities, connections, friendships. Now, here's what to look out for. When you are finally feeling more as whole, you're going to stop chasing chaos and you're going to welcome and protect your peace. And I mean, you're going to protect your peace. Now, I want you to think about pause again, but pause in a lengthier manner. Instead of you jumping right back into a relationship after ending one, give yourself 90 days. Pause for 90 days. This allows yourself to fully heal, also gives yourself to rest especially restaurants. You'll be surprised how clear your judgment becomes. Now, if you're deciding to put yourself back out there in any way, shape, or form, do an alignment test. Now that you've gotten your peace, ask yourself, does this person or environment bring me peace or confusion? The answer will tell you everything you need to know. And repeat this affirmation anytime you feel as if you're stepping back into where you were before. I no longer chase, convince, or settle. What is meant for me will not require me to abandon myself. Let's touch on boundaries for a moment. Oftentimes, we have a difficult time setting boundaries because we're afraid that boundaries are going to push people away and are going to hurt people's feelings. But it's quite the opposite. Boundaries are there and put in place so that other people know how they should be treating you. Now, when you raise your standards and you start adding in boundaries into your life, you're not losing people, you're cutting the fat. You're getting rid of the ones who are never meant to stay in the next chapter that you're getting into, where it's you focusing on yourself and loving yourself. And this one's going to be a little bit tricky for many of you. Stop trying to fix people. Start being the person who naturally attracts healthy human beings that are willing to tap into your life the same way that you're willing to tap into theirs. And just remember, you don't have to beg for love when you're walking in your worth, when you're talking in your worth, and when you're moving and making moves in your worth. Now, a couple of ways that you could do this as well is create a non-negotiable list. Write down 5 values you refuse to compromise no matter what. Things like your peace, consistency, respect, kindness, compassion. Now, another way that you can work through setting boundaries and feeling comfortable in them and setting standards is, again, affirmations, but mirror work. So in the morning, as you're brushing your teeth, as you finish washing your face and getting ready for your day, look yourself in the mirror and speak your truth. You can say things like, I am worthy, I'm deserving of love, I'm deserving of respect. By looking yourself in the eye and repeating this helps strengthen your self-love and self-like within yourself. And lastly, try doing like an energy audit. Look at your circle around you. Who adds peace and who drains it? Because your environment is either going to feed where you're going or it's going to fuel the chaos and the cycles that you're trying to release from. So I hope you don't feel overwhelmed, because everything starts with awareness. If you're watching this episode, maybe there's a piece of you that knows that there's certain attractions that you have towards certain groups of people, and you're not too sure why you keep attracting yourself to these groups, but it takes a moment of awareness to sit back and understand that maybe it's time to release yourself from the habits and the cycles of it. But here's my challenge for you this week. Pick one pattern that you've noticed in your relationships that start healing that part of you. Because once you start healing that part of you, every bit of the attraction you have in alignment starts to shift. And if this episode spoke to you and you felt like you got some really good gems from it, especially if you're new here, click the subscribe button, but also share this episode with someone else that you think could benefit from this. It might just be that healing conversation that both of you or more than of all of you need. And I want you to remember this. I want you to walk with this affirmation. When I heal within me, I no longer accept what's beneath me. Thank you for chopping at the Dope Life Podcast. I will see you next week. And as always, you know what to do. Walk with peace, walk with love.